Welcome to Life Lessons. Our map for this journey is the timeless wisdom of Sadhguru as we narrate the story of his groundbreaking work called Inner Engineering, a yogi's guide to joy. So find a quiet space, allow yourself to relax, and settle in for the next hour as we embark on what promises to be a truly blissful exploration. Part 1. When I Lost My Sense.
Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Inner Engineering, a yogi's guide to joy by Sadhguru. We've looked at articles, some research, his own notes, and basically our mission here is to pull out the key wisdom on, well, achieving real well-being, finding that path to joy specifically for you.
Yeah, and what's really striking right off the bat is how Sadhguru kind of challenges everything we think we know. He's not just giving us another philosophy, is he? He calls it a technology for interchange.
Exactly, a technology.
Yeah.
And he definitely doesn't hold back. It's interesting, he talks about those popular quick fix wellness trends, almost humorously calling them laxatives. Slogans like be in the moment or think positive. He argues they kind of simplify things too much or just paper over the cracks.
Right.
But hang on, for a lot of people, isn't positive thinking like a good starting point? How does he view that? Or is it just not enough?
That's a really good point. His argument is that those approaches, well, they often miss the root cause. He actually takes back the word guru.
Yeah.
For him, it's not a teacher handing down rules. It's more like a dispeller of darkness, someone who sheds light on things beyond our usual senses, beyond our psychological loops.
Okay, so illuminating something deeper.
Precisely. The focus shifts to self-transformation, experiencing our own limitless nature rather than just following morals. And that's where yoga comes in. He frames it as a science, really, or like we said, a technology for joy.
And his own background, his own story kind of sets this whole thing up, doesn't it? He describes himself as this total skeptic from Mysore.
Yeah, absolutely. As a kid, he wasn't big on school, preferred being out in nature. Apparently, he'd often end up in meditative states without even trying, sitting in a banyan tree.
Right, and questioned everything. God, language.
And realized early on that saying, I do not know, that's actually the first step, the only real way to start seeking to actually know something.
Then his curiosity went inwards too, observing his own body.
Yeah, he talks about watching his body's pulses, the energy flows, really paying attention internally.
So, okay, this deep personal looking inward seems like the bedrock for inner engineering. How did that turn into something bigger for him?
Well, it all sort of culminated in this massive, life-changing experience up on Chamundi Hill, September 1982.
Ah, yes, the famous story.
He's just sitting on a rock, and suddenly he couldn't tell the difference between me and not me. It just dissolved.
Wow.
He describes it as this dimensionless unity, absolute perfection, where the air, the rock, everything just became him.
Incredible.
Yeah, he lost all track of time, came back hours later, just drenched in this ecstatic craziness he'd never felt before.
So the key takeaway there is that the feeling of being separate, our normal experience, he sees that as, well, an illusion.
Pretty much an illusion that this kind of inner awareness can break through.
And this wasn't just a flash in the pan, right? It stuck with him.
It became his living reality, as he puts it, changed his perception completely. He even talks about understanding digestion differently, like experientially grasping how food, a piece of the planet, literally becomes you, that alchemy.
Okay, that's a powerful shift in perspective.
And remember that yoga practice, 13 years of Angamardana yoga, this quite rigorous physical system he learned when he was 12.
Right, you mentioned that.
After that Chamundi Hill experience, it clicked. He realized that feeling, that state of union with everything, that was yoga, the real thing, not just the postures.
Okay, so the practice laid the groundwork for understanding the experience.
Exactly. And ultimately, he says this points to something universal in humans, this deep longing to be boundless.
Limitless.
Yeah. We naturally resist boundaries, always want something more. He argues that's actually us searching for all, for infinite expansion, you know.
He calls that moksha, freedom.
Freedom. But he suggests we often seek it indirectly, in installments, like through money or power or knowledge.
Right, but for those of us who haven't, sat on a rock and had that kind of spontaneous revelation, what's the path? How do we cultivate that awareness?
And that brings us right back to inner engineering. That's the whole point. He suggests this boundless nature. It's our birthright. It's accessible. We just need the right tools, the right technology to turn inward consciously instead of just chasing those external installments forever.
Okay, so wrapping this up for you listening. What this deep dive into Sadhguru's inner engineering seems to suggest is that, well, lasting joy isn't some far-off dream. It's presented as an inner technology, something accessible. Your birthright, even, if you're willing to explore that inner dimension.
Yeah. And it really leaves you with a potent question to chew on. If what we truly long for deep down is this boundless state, this freedom, then how much of our daily striving or constant chase for more stuff, more success, how much of that is just an unconscious, maybe even misguided search for that ultimate inner freedom?
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Life Lessons for more inspiring content.